As a child, you look to your parents to give you the emotional support that you need. And it was really at the age of 9 when my father had told me of his desire to become a woman that I realized our family was different. By 12 and 13 years old, I started to notice an enviness that my father had for me. One incident that would occur time and time again with my father would be he would chase me around the house or around our yard to knock me down on the ground, to lay on top of my body, and to place his hands on my breast. And the way that he laid his body on top of mine made me feel like it was his way of imagining that my breasts were his. And then, of course, as I started to develop, he was in my clothing. And each stage that I'd gone through, I'd think, oh, you know, Dad wants this experience. And that took a little bit of joy out of me each and every time. As a young girl, it confused me about my own identity and my own sexuality. And that isn't fair to a child, to put them in that type of a situation. What are we promoting to children that are growing up in these environments? And if we say it's okay for, and we should accept, the parents transitioning, what about the effect on the children? I think that I have every right to speak from my experience and my concern for the future generations. But then I had met Mark, and Mark just respected me, and I started to fall in love with him. When I was 28 years old, my father had decided that he was going to leave the family to pursue his life as a woman. One of the most hurtful things that my father had ever said to me was on my wedding day. And he turned and looked at me and he said, "It should be me in that gown." And no daughter should have that memory on their wedding day, of their wedding day, of walking up an aisle the whole time knowing that your father wants to be in your wedding gown. It appears that there isn't anybody out there to say, this is how this has impacted my life, of having a father that's transgender, or the importance of having a mother and a father. Children should have a voice. They are the ones that are being used and the main focus point in many arguments. What is best for children? Who better to speak from that than the children themselves?